When people ask you if you have good communication skills, they mean how good are you at having accountability conversations? So the fact that somebody wants to have difficult conversations with you is an act of love. That is healthy. That is good. People have them all the time and they improve relationships, not tear them apart. The fact that you feel uncomfortable having that conversation, that you get defensive, that you can't handle holding somebody else's feelings, not being able to take accountability for your actions shows your emotional maturity. People want to work with people that take responsibility, right? Adults. We want to have accountability conversations and learn from our mistakes, right? You have to learn to say that you are sorry. Your job and my job is to make accountability conversations normal, right? Your job is to make them safe, right? To have safe conversations, because we didn't learn that as kids. Our parents were pretty bad at having accountability conversations in general, right? It's not their fault. They didn't have parents. My mom was an orphan, right? My dad didn't even finish high school. They have no idea, right? Like, they had no clue what having difficult conversation means. Actually, instead of learning how to have successful accountability conversation, they just told themselves, hey, this is the way it is. And if somebody or something is questioning their work or trying to give them constructive feedback, it's okay to just ignore them or to be aggressive and take it personally and act defensive and sometimes fuck them over and disappear from their lives. Why? Because having accountability conversation is very hard. It takes a lot of effort at first, because after you do them, and it takes practice. It's kind of like a muscle. Once you practice, you'll get good at them. And that's what it means to have good communication skills. So here's what you need to practice. When you ask accountability questions, do it one at a time. Make it one question at a time. Don't say, hey, when you went there and did that and said this, what did you do? This is like a compound question. And if somebody's trying to ask you more than one question, just say, hey, I want to answer your question accurately. Could you break down your questions into smaller pieces? When you ask questions, don't be vague. Be specific. And if somebody else is asking you some vague question, just say, hey, I want to answer your questions accurately, but I'm not sure what you're asking me. Can you please rephrase the question, right? When you ask questions, don't be argumentative. Don't ever insult or judge anybody. Remember, positive intent. If somebody is getting angry or argumentative, just say, I want to answer your questions accurately, and this is getting outside of the... Sorry about that. So you can say, hey, this is getting a little bit out of the scope of this conversation. Can we keep this less argumentative? When you ask questions, don't speculate, okay? Don't say, so you think this and that about me, and I'm this because of this and that. If somebody speculates when they ask you questions, politely say, I can only speak for myself, from my own knowledge. I can't speculate about what other people think or do. Don't ask questions that you don't have any evidence of. Don't assume anything. If you don't have any evidence, just leave it alone until you do, right? If somebody is asking you questions and they don't have the evidence, ask for it. Just say something like, if you have some documentation on this, I would love to address it, but as of right now, please show me something I can reference, right? So, and with that, don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat, and don't kill any insects today. Mwah, mwah, mwah.